If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Hello, House on the Road subscribers and followers. I get a lot of comments from folks that want me to show them my adventure. And I find that very interesting, especially since I've kind of made the last few days a series of videos suggesting that it's not always what you imagine it would be if you were living the nomadic lifestyle. Well, just last night, of course, someone asked, said, I really wish you would show more of your adventure now that you're in the West. And I thought, well, I kind of did. Just in a video a few days ago, I showed you my trip from East South Dakota to West South Dakota. And I showed you the Badlands here, and I'll put a link to that video right here. The thing is most of your time is hanging out at your house. You know, cooking, cleaning, taking showers, the normal activities. Now, I get this huge advantage of being able to park next to this beautiful thing. And I don't even get to do that most of the time. Most of the time, it's just you're parked in a national forest, and then you have to drive to see scenic places like this. But the adventure, I think, is implanted in people's heads that it's this magnificent thing, one thing right after another, and boy, boom, 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 boom. We got here on Friday morning, late Thursday night, early Friday morning, and we spent 2 days, and this place was absolutely breathtaking. It was just perfect. And then it rained for the rest of the time we're here. And it's not just rain. It's rain, cold, and wind. And you got the wind. You can hear the wind now. It's supposed to rain again tonight. It has rained so much that we cannot leave this campground. We're stuck here. It is wet. People are stuck down the road down here. They're not blocking the road, so even if we wanted to try, we wouldn't be able to get around them. The thing that we're starting to run short of is water. So now we're going to have to collect rainwater. Is this a lifestyle that's perfect all the time? I'm getting the impression a lot of you folks don't believe me, but I thought I would actually give you viewer comments of folks who are actually living out here to kind of confirm what it is I'm saying. And this lady said she started out thinking it would be awesome all the time. But now she's starting to have some doubts. She's going to give it another year. Now that's a good idea. You give it another year because I would say the first 6 months are the worst. You're really trying to overcome some things. She said she didn't hear anybody give out the bad part of the adventure. It was always good stuff, just like Carolyn. She always thought that, you know, that it was always going to be an adventurous, beautiful, away from the people type of thing. Well, this lady, she didn't hear any of the negatives. She says that, you know, she really did try to find the good and the bad and the ugly before she started this event. While I was developing this video, I asked Carolyn, I said, Carolyn, do you ever remember me telling you about anybody said, this lifestyle is just everything I ever imagined, it's perfect, come on out here and do it, you have to. And I don't think I've ever heard anybody, or read any comments of anybody ever saying it. But recognize there are a lot of people who say, wait a minute, there's a lot of things go on here that's just not perfect every day. Here's another comment I want to read to you. It says, this was my husband's dream. It's usually cold and rainy here in the Badlands, so she's here in the Badlands, and she misses the home space. Grocery choices are always limited out here. Afraid of the dark outside. Now that is a real problem. I'm not afraid of the dark. I love being outside. I love coming outside, looking at the stars and that kind of thing, but just the other day, I came outside, and sure enough, a darn mouse ran over my foot. I mean, those things, whoa! Having to do laundry and laundromats. Now, we don't do laundry and laundromats, but I can understand what she's saying. We've had to do it a few times, but we do our laundry with a bucket and plunger. Now, imagine how, you know, that you got to take time out of your day to do your laundry. You can't just throw it in the washer, forget about it until after supper, and then throw it in the dryer, maybe get around to it that day to fold up the laundry. Nope. It all has to be taken care of today while you have water. Not having sun for solar cooking. Now that's an interesting one. I don't do solar cooking, but a lot of people claim that I need to have solar panels. I can imagine what her frustration is. And what about those days? I mean, it's been cloudy for 2 days. This is the first day, 2 or 3 days. This is the first day we've had any sun. If I didn't have a generator with plenty of gasoline, we wouldn't have any food because the refrigerator wouldn't be running because the batteries would be dead. So I do sympathize there. She says her animals are always stuck inside. She hates having to take Navy showers all the time. Navy shower, I happen to be in the Navy, I know what this is. Navy shower is, you jump in the shower, you wet down, you shut off the water, you soap down, and then you rinse off. You don't use a lot of water. That's a Navy shower. It gets old, the rain pounding on the roof all the time keeps you up awake at night. Now, I don't mind the rain coming down on my roof. I do enjoy that. But what does bother me is when the wind blows, even in the pop-up, it would really shake the camper. And it does in the truck too. It just really bounces around. So, I mean, you feel that. It wakes you right up. Not having fresh fruit, veggies, is very depressing. This is a very depressing reality. Okay, the next one is we are at a storage area by day and rest stops by night. So I'm not sure I really understand why she's at a storage area, but I guess that's where her stuff is. And then she goes and sleeps at rest areas at night because they close down the storage area. I'm ready to stop this nomadic life, but where would we go? Can't afford an apartment, can't live with one of our kids, so clean out our unit and back on the road. I mean, that really sounds like she's aggravated. Now, just a few days ago, we met a follower, a subscriber. He parked right over here in the van, so he's got lots of experience. I mean, he really looked like he was an old salt when it comes to this kind of lifestyle. And he wasn't complaining too much, but I wanted to read his comment. He says, "It is too easy to end up stranded, stuck, or having something happen in this lifestyle that can be quite inconvenient at best, life-threatening at worst, that many don't consider or prepare for." And that's absolutely true. I mean, one example I can tell you is our camper got burned down. Somebody burned down our camper while we were down in Florida. You don't prepare for that. You're not mentally prepared, or you don't even ever consider. I never considered anybody burning down a camper. I considered people stealing it, but never considered anybody burning it down. I never considered getting stuck here for days and thinking, we're not going to have enough water to get out here because of the rain. Now, the interesting thing about the rain, I must say, is we've been trying to keep an eye on the weather. When the rain started, it said it was going to last a few hours, and it ended up lasting 3 days, and it's going to rain again tonight all night. Don't end up like these folks where they're out here and they can't get back. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.